Expressing decimal values as fractions is a pretty straightforward thing to do once you see it done. So we're going to do it right now. Welcome to Math Bytes. I'm Allison, and today we're talking about expressing decimal values as fractions. Now, if you have a fraction like this and you want to write that as a decimal, you just divide 7 by 40. You can either do that with a calculator or with long division. 40 goes into 70 one time with 30 left over. 40 goes into 300 7 times with 20 left over. And 40 goes into 205 times with nothing left over. So our decimal value is 0.175. But what if you started with that value? What if you started with 0.175 and you wanted to turn it into a fraction and you didn't already know it was 7 over 40? Well, you have to remember the places to the right of the decimal point. The first place is the tenths place, then the hundredths place, then the thousandths place, then the 10,000ths place, etc. So in this case, our decimal value goes to the thousandths place. So we can use that as our denominator, and we can write our decimal value as 175 over 1,000. Now we just have to reduce. I'm going to reduce both those numbers by 5, and I get 35 over 200. I can reduce by 5 again, and I get 7 over 40, which we knew it would be when we started. Now, what if we have a decimal value like this, 0.34 repeating? What do we do there? All right, there's a little process for this. So we're going to call n 0.34 repeating. Then if I were to multiply n by 100, so 100 times n would be equal to 100 times 0.34 repeating, that would be equal to 34.34 repeating. Now, let's subtract n from 100n. So I have 100n minus n. Now that's equal to 34.34 repeating and 0.34 repeating. And when I do that subtraction, I get 99n is equal to 34. Those repeating values all cancel each other out. So n is equal to 34 over 99. And that would be the fractional representation of this decimal value. Okay, why don't you give it a try? Write 0.0332 as a fraction. See how you do. I'll be here with the answer when you're ready. Okay, let's see how you did. We have our value here, 0.0332. We need to figure out what position that last value is in. That will determine our denominator. So to the right of the decimal point, we have the tenths place, then the hundredths, then the thousandths, then the 10,000ths. So that 2 is in the 10,000ths place. So we can rewrite this as 332 over 10,000. Now I just have to reduce. I can reduce both of these numbers by 2. Doing that, I get 166 over 5,000. I can reduce both those numbers by 2 as well, and that gives me 83 over 2,500. Is there any more reducing to be done? No. Those two numbers are reduced as far as they can be. This is in lowest terms, so our fractional representation is 83 over 2,500. Okay, here's another one for you. Write 0.235 repeating as a fraction. I'll be right here when you're ready. Okay, let's go through our little procedure here for turning this into a fraction. I'm going to call n, our value, 0.235 repeating. Now, I have 3 repeating digits, so I need to multiply by 1,000. 1,000n is equal to 1,000 times 0.235 repeating, and that gives me 235.235 repeating. Okay, now I can subtract. 1,000n minus n is equal to 235.235 repeating minus 0.235 repeating. And when I do that subtraction, I get 999n is equal to 235. All those repeating decimal values just cancel each other out. So n is equal to 235 over 999. That is our fractional representation. Be sure to check out our worked examples playlist to see more solutions to problems like these and others. That's it for this episode of Math Bytes. If you like our videos, please subscribe to our channel. And if there's something you'd like to ask us, just send us an email. We're at contactmathbytes@gmail.com, and we'll see you next time.